Welcome to the Love and Meaning Podcast, where inner work is a lifestyle. Hello, welcome to the Love and Meaning Podcast. I'm your host, Chrystelle Robinson-Tiedemann, aka Cree of Coaching with Cree. And today we have a meaning episode, another meaning episode. And this past week, I completed a program that I was running in my collective perspective community called the 15-Day Rise and Shine Challenge. And if anybody's interested in doing that program, I highly recommend it. It's available in the show notes. What we did was we revamped the morning routine into an aligned, intuitive morning ritual. It's all about quality, not quantity, and the goal of our morning being one that sets a tone for intention and alignment, and whatever it is that we actually do is almost irrelevant, but it's all about how we feel and how connected we are to ourselves, to our souls, to our divine purpose and our divinity, in fact, and then move forward into doing from that space. And it turned out so beautiful. Like, it turned out incredibly beautiful, just beyond my dreams. I knew it was onto something, but there's something so powerful about really seeing other people have the result that I imagined it would be, as well as, sometimes in creating things, it can be like, is this just me? And then, you put it out there and it turns out, no, it's not just you. And that's a really powerful feeling and experience. And that's what this has been. So I feel very proud of it. And I feel also really excited about it. And I hope that as many people as possible can try this out, because it's pretty simple. It's pretty easy. It's very intuitive. And honestly, it's just really beautiful. It's such a beautiful demonstration of self-love, really. And I can't say that I knew that that's exactly what it was as I created it. I just knew that this was a way of feeling very empowered and having a inner sense, soul-driven sense of direction from the morning. But it turned out to also feel like self-love. So if you are interested in trying that out, it's in the show notes. So yeah, that completed last week, and I'm continuing to practice it, as are the women in my collective perspective community. And I foresee myself doing this for maybe ever. It's too great. And the benefits and like all these bonus results keep showing up. So we're like a week out of it, and I'm still discovering new and beautiful benefits from it. And one of the things that have been brought into my awareness, so something that was in my unconscious has come into my awareness through this process, is places where I all or nothing, and I don't even realize it. And the place that I had all or nothing that really brought this to my attention was in my fitness and in working out. And so this is a meaning episode, because we create meaning, aka we create stories around things all the time. Some of these stories are from our childhood, like some of these stories that we don't even remember when they were created, and so they just seem like fact. And some of them are created, now, but we're constantly creating stories. And I don't know that we can completely stop doing that, but what I do know is that we can do it more consciously, or at least catch ourselves and keep or create an art or a practice of questioning stories all the time. I think that's it. It's not even about trying not to do it. It's like creating a practice where we're constantly in dialogue with ourselves and checking in and never fully being in a stance where anything inside of us is complete fact unless it feels entirely expansive. Okay. So this came up with working out. And so what I realized is over the past week, I worked out 3 times. I am blown away and I'm celebrating and I feel like a freaking rock star because I have not been on my workout game for well over a year. And I used to work out religiously. So I used to work out 7 days a week, high intensity workouts, 7 days a week. And I did this for over 5 years. So I have a long and strong history of being, a gym buff. I didn't go to the gym, I did it at home, but I mean, I have all the equipment. Like I'm deeply, I was deeply committed, and it was very much an ingrained part of my routine and my daily life was exercise. And then things changed. I started a business, I got married, things just changed. I moved far away, I had a longer commute, I was waking up earlier, I have a dog, lots of things changed, and the workout schedule changed. And what I realized is when it fell off, I didn't notice that I had created this idea in my head that if I was not doing my 7 days a week, my high intensity 7 days a week workout, then I'm a complete failure in terms of exercise. I had these kind of subconscious ideas that, people that were, I'm just going to be honest, but I was like, that whole, like the doctor tells you, work out at least 3 days a week. I'm like, psh, weaklings, like that's not real fitness. These are the kind of ideas that I guess I subconsciously created alongside feeling very proud of myself for having a pretty strict workout routine. That was an unconscious story. And so what happened when my life changed and I couldn't do it, instead of just allowing myself to find the spaces where it worked and there being no story about that not being 7 days, it was, you're a failure. You're not working out properly. And so in hindsight, like how unsurprising is it that it turned into zero workouts? And so I started the 15-day Rise and Shine challenge, and that really has really shifted the level of consciousness and intentionality that I'm bringing to every single day of my life, and the level of consciousness that I'm maintaining throughout the day. And this morning, Tuesdays are the day that I'm recording this is a Tuesday, and Tuesday mornings are the beginning of my work week. And I tend to do a reflection in that morning of my weekend, of my weekend and my week. And in my morning reflection, I just realized kind of by accident that I worked out 3 times. And I was like, what the heck? How did that happen? And what I realized in hindsight is that there are actually 3 mornings in my week where I have some time. Like I don't need to be anywhere too early. And I am a morning person. So I have a lot more energy in the morning. And so one of the areas where my fitness kind of fell off is that my mornings are in general pretty tight and short. And because of that shift, my workouts got pushed aside because I'm just not a person. I don't tend to have the capacity to come home and do a workout. I just don't have any energy. It's not a great time for me for doing strenuous things. And so I guess, it fell off. And the thing is, though, I actually do have some mornings where there is a bit of time. It's not time to do maybe a long workout, but there is a bit of time and I don't need to be anywhere too early. And with the alignment that came from the 15-day challenge, and the process that I teach inside of it is called the self check-in. And with this self check-in, I kind of naturally, the aligned action that came out of this presence inside of myself, this connection with myself, is that some of those mornings I was like, hey, let's do a workout. And let's just do a 10-minute workout. Let's do a 15-minute workout. And I've actually, for years, I've been the champion of, I maintained superb, I mean, excellent fitness for years and years and years. I'm not bragging, like I'm being serious, like very fit, very strong, with 15-minute workouts per day, high intensity 15-minute workouts. So it's not like I need a lot of time. 30 minutes is ideal because I do stretches, I do mobility, I can do like the full thing, but I can make it work in 15 minutes. So I found these pieces of time very organically. And I didn't really notice that that's what's happening. But in hindsight, 3 days I worked out. And this morning I was just like, wow, how did that happen? How have you been trying to do that for over a year and you couldn't figure it out? And then you just did it by accident. And what happened was the all or nothing thinking got flushed down the toilet when it was just from an intuitive and organic place. And so it really opened my eyes to like, where the heck else am I all or nothing thinking? And I guarantee that I can't find it, but I know another area for me is definitely in terms of food. And it's definitely related to the reason why I've gained a lot of weight recently. And where else? So that's one that can easily come to top of mind that I'm choosing to now be aware of. But I'm sure that there are others. And that is my contemplation for everybody this week. Like, where do we unconsciously have a story of all or nothing? Okay, I couldn't work out 7 days a week. But does that mean that I'm completely lacking in fitness and care for my body and my self-care if I worked out twice a week or 3 times a week? If my workouts were not high intensity, but maybe moderate intensity, if I didn't spend, 15 minutes on the workout and another 15 doing my fascia blasting and all the other things that I used to do, like, could I do a 15-minute workout and then maybe another day fascia blast, maybe another day something else? Does it have to be the way that it was? Just because the way that it was worked, it doesn't mean that something else doesn't work too. And maybe the way that it was worked then, but it doesn't work now. And that gets to be okay. More stories get to be okay. More realities get to be okay. And then let's just think about that in general. How many alternative realities could work for us that we don't allow because it's not the way that we've done something? And if the only way that we could do things is ways that we've already done it, well, then we're all kind of screwed. So this is a big contemplation. And it's not about identifying all of them. I obviously can't identify all of them either. But I'm keeping it in mind. It's something that I've written down. It's a new handwritten note on my dry erase board. But where am I all or nothinging? And I said that this morning I did a live on my Instagram. And I'm like, we're making this a verb. All or nothinging is a freaking verb. So where are you doing that? And question it. Let's question these unconscious stories. We don't need to try to eradicate it. I think it's impossible. But let's create a practice of an investigation into the stories that we've created. And let's allow for a new story, a new possibility, a new reality, new options. And I think that could create new results. And I'm here to attest to 3 days a week of workouts. So pat on the back to me. I'm feeling pretty good. And yeah, let me know what you find out. I would love to hear from you. You can share it in the comments, but that's the contemplation for this week. And let's see where we can open up to more that serves us. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.